Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. We're going to go over oil and gas, do some technical analysis. I'm also going to go over some renewable companies in the solar area, just to kind of go over that. I know I went over it before. I'd like to touch on it again, just so everybody gets my latest opinion on it. Again, this isn't financial advice. It's just my financial opinion. So here we go. Let's jump in. Oil and gas. We'll start with oil, West Texas Intermediate Crude. We came on down, lots of buying pressure coming on up. We've been moving sideways. It almost looks like we're doing like a reverse shoulder head type shoulder pattern. Not really. I mean, it's not technically one, but we are trying to fight our way higher here over time, but we're still in a downtrend. Downtrend / sideways consolidation movement. Natural gas, on the other hand, is flying higher, lots of volume, and it's been very strong. So it's looking fantastic on a short-term basis. OIH, so here's some ETFs that I'm covering. We're still in a downtrend in OIH. You can see it. It's clear as day to me that we are trending downward until we see the trend line broken. Same thing with XLE. We're still in a downtrend. And I'm just waiting for this thing to break. Now, some of these companies have broken their downtrends. Here's one, for example, SM Energy. This one looks really good. We've got the downtrend break. Big up days, small down days. I think this is ready to move higher at any point. I think it's probably just waiting for oil to move on up. Centennial Development's in a similar situation. Kind of sold off here. We have a bullish engulfing pattern, which means statistically move higher. We've been moving on up, and we're coming up to this resistance line that hopefully we can break here at any point. It's probably waiting for oil. But these are my two favorite companies in the oil and gas, natural gas sectors. Another one of my favorites for an explorer is Reconnaissance Energy Africa. Came up, sold off. We did this loop. We have what looks to be like a small little wick at the bottom, almost a bullish. I don't know if it's quite a bullish piercing. Small down day today. I think it wants to go higher. We'll see what oil does. We are at some support through here. Callon Petroleum, another one of my favorites. Bullish piercing engulfing here, pulled on up. And I think we're waiting for oil to give us the go. It almost looks like we're creating this little V-type bottom, almost like a shoulder, head, shoulder type pattern to move on up. So, I mean, this looks good, and this could be a bearish or bullish piercing. Looks like it's a bullish piercing. Statistically, it wants to move up. Tellurian, you can see the upward trend line, and we're sticking to it. We have a downward trend line here that we're trying to break as well, and we're coming up into this corner here. Now, we're switching into solar. I just want to touch on some of the oil and gas. This is solar here. And we broke out to the upside here, kind of back testing, and let's see where this thing goes here. I'm hoping for a move up. We had a nice, good launch here. We came into some selling pressure, back testing on this line. I want to see it launch here. Big move higher at some point is what I want to see. I've got a lot of money riding on this one. We've got a bullish piercing, bullish engulfing, big buying pressure under here at 72.50-ish. Came on up, tagged the trend line. This is another hammer pattern. Came down. I didn't see any huge selling pressure here. I think we're ready to move higher at any point. So I like this one here. I'd watch it, and if it starts moving up, buy the strength. Is what I would think. Is what I'm going to do. Beam is putting in these. They're putting in these patterns here, and before they usually break, what happens is you get the sellers are in control on this side of the pattern, and then you get a pattern change where you get bigger up days and smaller down days on this side of the pattern. If we're going to break to the upside, and I'm seeing that trait. So I'm hoping, and again, hope doesn't get you anywhere, but I'm looking for a break to the upside. If we break to the upside, I'm going to buy that strength and ride it higher. Sunworks, I'm watching this one as well. It's doing the same thing. It's been moving sideways even longer, but I'm hoping for a break higher. That's what I'm watching for, so I can buy into that strength. SOL looks like, it looked like it was weak yesterday, and then the buyers came in and answered. So this thing's put in a battle. We have a bullish piercing here, bigger up days, smaller down days, all through this section over here. I'm hoping for a break higher. This looks like it wants to break to the upside to me, and we could see a big move. This is a very volatile stock. Buy into strength, wait for the break. QS, QuantumScape Corporation, I threw this on a watch list. I've been watching it. They have a solid state battery for electric vehicles. They're developing one. If they develop one, you can charge it super fast, and I think this is a game changer if they can develop it. Downtrend line, it broke to the upside, back testing right here. Let's see if this thing takes off. QS. And then HYLN, I've been watching it, and this thing's kind of just been bouncing around. Bullish engulfing, bullish piercing a little bit, bigger up days, smaller down days. The sellers are getting tired, and I don't see any sellers here. This is like a dead period. 2 big up days, and then no sellers. I think this is ready to go higher at any point. HYLN. So if you like that company, up to you on what you want to do. But that's what I've got for oil and gas and solar. I'm looking at this from an ultra bullish perspective. Perhaps I shouldn't. For the oil sector, natural gas has already taken off. I think SM Energy, CDEV, Recaf, my favorite ones. Those are the ones I overweight, and I'm just watching those guys and seeing what they're going to do. I'm not going to add anything. I already added into Recaf again, and I'd like to see some moves higher in oil because I do have a lot of oil in uranium right now. I do have some silver and precious metal stuff in some of my other portfolios, and then I've got some solar. And I want to ride this stuff higher, guys. I want to see this. I want to see them break. I've been watching these things, and it's like, come on, break, baby. And I just haven't seen it yet. Like to see them break. And then, when we get a 30, 40, 50, some of these might move like 100 or 200%. If you look at and I don't know if you guys noticed the charts here, but like Sunworks here. And I'm not promoting this, guys. I'm just looking at the chart and waiting for a break here, but this was all the way at like $30, $28, and we're at $7. This thing could have a nice little pop up. So I'm watching for it. I'm watching for it, and SOL is another one that has a lot of volatility. It could move quite a bit in a huge, and I'm not gonna say a few days, but maybe like half a month time frame. So we'll see what happens, and what my strategy is for some of these solar companies. I don't necessarily have the same confidence as the oil, gas, and some of those other ones. I'm looking to ride it higher, put it into a free ride, let my profits ride forever, and take my original amount out, and continually do this over and over. Look at other sectors like copper. I'd like to see that kind of come back, gain momentum, move to the upside, and then I'll pile in some of those and build another ETF position. I'm trying to build ETFs. I got a rare earth REMX position that I built. It was a 30% upswing that I caught. I'm building one in TAN, which is the solar ETF, and then I want to build one in COPX, which is another one because they're kind of off. They're not all aligned very well. So hopefully I can catch those and get them all in an alignment where I can swap from one to the other. If you guys like this content, give me a thumbs up. Appreciate you guys listening. This is Finding Value.